What is going on, everybody? It's Alex back with another video, and today I want to give my opinion on something that showed up on Reddit earlier this morning. It kind of came and went very quickly, but it brought along a lot of drama, and I really want to kind of, clear everything up for you guys and kind of give my view on it. Alright guys, so first I want to start off just by clear and concise reading exactly what this Reddit post says. Then I want to kind of move on a little bit more towards what happened right after it was posted, and then kind of give my opinion on everything and kind of tell you why I'm making this video in the first place. Alright, so this came about in the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, and the title is Rockstar Games is going to shut down soon. So he goes on to say this is a really big claim, and I do in fact have evidence to back it up. I'll edit this post later when the evidence will be in my hands, which he in fact did. I cannot reveal my position at Rockstar. Doing so will make it easier for the higher ups to track me down. They are planning to release GTA 6 as their last game and shutting down. This is the reason why GTA 6 will be produced at such a large scale. They want to shut down by making the best game ever. The details and storyline and map is going to be on another level. The main reason why they're shutting down are: reason number one, creativity is at its lowest in the studio now, and Housers don't want to ruin their reputation by milking Red Dead and GTA series. Also, OG employees are leaving because of the toxic work environment. New employees are also leaving because of the ridiculous crunch times. The next reason is top management is unhappy with the terribly long gaps with the recent two titles, and soon it will be longer. Shareholders are starting to lose their minds over their zero activity. He says the GTA 5 online mode will be shut down next year, and GTA 6's online mode will be handled by 2K for a few years before dropping the ball. And then about an hour after this was initially posted, he of course edited it, as I mentioned before, and he says, I'm posting a part of the letter I've received from my superior, and then he has a link to a picture, and that link brings you to this image right here, which says this letter is to inform you that blank is going to be dissolved. You will be terminated on, and then of course it cuts off so you can't actually see all the information of that, but basically this is, at least he's claiming that this is Rockstar sending him information saying, hey, we're shutting down and you will be terminated as an employee of Rockstar Games on this date. And then obviously it's going to be giving some more information and stuff like that. Alright, so not too long after that is when the post was actually taken down. Now, I don't know who actually took it down, whether it was, the actual person who wrote it, or maybe it was one of the moderators on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, something like that. We don't know who took it down, but needless to say, it was in fact taken down. Now, I didn't think to take any screenshots of the comment section or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure I had, all of the main things covered in case, this was important later on. But what was crazy to me is it seemed like the comment section on this was absolute chaos. People were freaking out and everyone just seemed so sad that Rockstar was going down, and no one really stopped to think about what was actually being said here. I mean, when it comes to any argument, especially, things like this, rumors and leaks being around, especially a game like Grand Theft Auto 6, I mean, I think it's important to look at it from both sides, kind of play devil's advocate and think, okay, well, what if this actually did happen? I mean, gaming studios come and go, and honestly, very successful and very large gaming studios come and go. I mean, look at Valve. They're not really making games anymore. Yes, they have Steam and everything. They're still making their money, but they had some of the greatest games ever, and they're not making games anymore. I mean, what makes you believe that Rockstar wouldn't do that? Or at least doesn't have the possibility to do that? But looking at it, I think Rockstar shutting down right after GTA 6 is very, very unlikely. Maybe if GTA 6 was fairly unsuccessful and then GTA 7 still wasn't successful, okay. Maybe I could see that, but the last Grand Theft Auto that was created was literally the most successful game of all time. Certainly in regards to profitability. I mean, it literally pulled in billions and billions of dollars and is still generating enormous amounts of revenue today. So the fact that that's the reputation that they're leaving, I mean, I find it very unlikely that they would just be shutting down after that. I mean, obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't as much of a success as GTA 5, but also it's not a game that's as easily marketable as GTA 5. There's only a select audience that Red Dead Redemption 2 would actually be catering to, and in that regards, it was still an incredibly successful and profitable game. So that right there, I find it hard to believe that they would be shutting down after all the success they had in the very, very recent history. But also the reasons that this guy is claiming, why they're shutting down also don't really seem to carry a whole lot of weight either. So in case you guys haven't guessed, I don't believe this is true at all. But again, the reason I'm making this video is because people seem to be freaking out in the comments. It seemed like almost everybody just believed it and, was freaking out about what this could mean and everything. But let's kind of go into his arguments, go back over the posts and everything, and let me break down to you, what he's saying and my thoughts on why this is just a complete fabrication. All right, so again, his first argument is that creativity is at its lowest in the studio now, and Housers don't want to ruin their reputation by milking Red Dead and GTA series. So at any game studio, but especially a game studio such as Rockstar Games, there's employees that are coming and going at all times. It's not like it's the same people working on games year after year after year. Obviously, there are some that have been working there for a very long time, but the majority of the people that are working at a game studio, especially one this large, it's coming and going. If someone's not enjoying it, there's 20 people that want to fill this spot. So creativity being at an all-time low, I don't really see that happening. Of course, I'm not in the Rockstar studio. I don't know exactly what's going on. So, I mean, you have to take it with a grain of salt. This is just my speculation on it, but I find it hard to believe that just creativity of working with the largest game in the world seems fairly unrealistic to me. Also, stating that the Housers don't want to ruin their reputation by milking Red Dead and GTA series, I find that completely just false. Look, if they were just making enough money to get by on some mediocre games and stuff, yeah, I could totally see that. But I mean, man, it must be really rough having your reputation as, being known for making the best game series in the world. I mean, literally GTA is the most recognizable, at least AAA title ever. My parents know absolutely nothing about video games, but even if I didn't talk about video games with them, they would still know about Grand Theft Auto. That is a good reputation to have. And then Red Dead Redemption on top of that, it's not even one game. It's two very, very successful games, one of which being the most successful game ever. I really don't agree with that, and I think that is completely made up. They want to protect their reputation. I mean, in the industry like this, their reputation is going to be exclusively determined by how successful their products are. I think it's safe to say that they're not ruining their reputation by quote-unquote milking these very, very, very successful games. If anything, it is improving their reputation tenfold. All right, moving on to the second point. OG employees are leaving because of the toxic work environment, and new employees are also leaving because of the ridiculous crunch times. Now, this is a point that I actually feel is very valid. I'm sure some of the OG employees are leaving because of the toxic work environment, and I also believe that new employees are leaving because of the ridiculous crunch times. We've heard about this. I mean, Rockstar got a whole bunch of flack for Red Dead Redemption 2 because people were just being overworked and essentially kind of forced to work under these toxic environments. So I find it very likely that this statement is true. However, once again, for every spot that's open, there are plenty of people that want this opportunity to work at Rockstar Games. So I find it very unlikely. I mean, it's not like they just don't have enough employees to work because no one wants to work there. People definitely want to work there, and also I don't really see the correlation of what this has to do with Rockstar Games shutting down. There are unhappy employees, so they are leaving, but again, there's also employees coming in to fill all their spots. It's not like it's not like they're running out of employees or anything, so I really don't see the correlation here. But again, I do feel like it probably is true. So the third point, top management is unhappy with the terribly long gaps with the recent two titles, and soon it'll be getting longer. Shareholders are starting to lose their mind over the zero activity. Now, I think it is very likely that shareholders are probably very unhappy with these long gaps, just because shareholders are literally people that are pouring their money into this company and expecting an immediate return. I would imagine in some of these earning calls and everything, some of these top shareholders, people who have invested millions and millions of dollars into Take-Two Interactive, yeah, they're probably stressing and they're probably very annoying in those situations, but that makes sense. They're putting their money and expecting people to return on it. But when it comes to top management and everything, I find it unlikely that they're, freaking out about this because they're going to be the ones seeing the bigger picture. Yes, they want the best game coming out in the shortest amount of time possible, but I think they're going to be a little more realistic, understanding what it takes to make this best game. If Rockstar was just putting out a new Red Dead Redemption or a new GTA every 2 years, it's not going to be the epic title and, the epic increase in quality that people have come to expect from Rockstar. Obviously, they're going to want to have projects done in, say, 6 years as opposed to 8, something like that. But they're not going to be, it's not going to be years and years and years less than what's possible. They're going to be a little bit more realistic with this. And again, I don't really see a big correlation. Like, oh, games are taking a little bit too long to make, therefore let's shut down the company. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand where these arguments are coming from and how he sees a correlation to this and Rockstar Games shutting down. Okay, moving on, he's saying that GTA 5 Online mode will be shut down next year and GTA 6's online mode will be handled by 2K for a few years before dropping the ball. Alright, so GTA 5 online mode being shut down next year, are you kidding me? I assume what he's saying is that GTA 6 is going to be coming out next year, and at the release of GTA 6, GTA 5 online will be shut down. That is just about the worst business move ever. GTA 5 is making millions and millions and millions of dollars a month, even in 2019. In 2020, it is going to be doing the same. And then when we start getting information about GTA 6 and all of this information that we are covering hits the mainstream, GTA 5 is just going to start making more money because people are going to start getting hyped about GTA 5 or about GTA 6 and then kind of get back on the Grand Theft Auto hype train. There is no way they would expect everyone that is a GTA fan to just move over to GTA 6. They're not just going to shut down GTA 5 and give up on all the money that they would be making there. They're definitely going to keep the servers up. That is ridiculous that someone would say they're just going to shut down GTA 5 as soon as the next game releases. Then he's saying GTA 6's online mode will be handled by 2K for a few years before dropping the ball. Again, that is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they're pouring hundreds of millions, maybe even billions of dollars into the creation of GTA 6, and they're just going to support it for a few years after just handing it over to another company? I mean, come on. His whole argument just gets absolutely shut down at this point because these are the stupidest business decisions ever. But finally, we can take a look at the so-called letter that he got. Of course, it's the Rockstar logo, and it says this letter is to inform you blah 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 is going to be dissolved. You'll be terminated on blah 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 cut off. Again, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to talk about here. I've personally never been terminated by Rockstar, so I don't know exactly how that process would go. But also, there's nothing really valid here either. There's nothing here that would make you believe, oh yeah, okay, well, it had this in it, so therefore it does seem true. This just seems like a very, kind of weak attempt to prove something. So again, the reason I'm making this video is very simple. When this came out, a lot of people seemed to kind of take this the wrong way. And knowing how some of the other content creators are that cover similar material that I do, I kind of feel like a lot of people are going to use this as clickbait. I'm sure there are already articles and potentially even videos on YouTube talking about this, trying to stir up the pot, get some hype around it and everything. But I'm trying to bring this to you guys to inform you that, guys, Rockstar is not going anywhere, especially not in the way that this guy's trying to make you believe. So please do not believe everything you hear. Do not believe this whatsoever. Rockstar is staying around. They're making their money. They are doing exactly what they're trying to do, and they are very successful at it. But that does it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for the support. Peace out.
Didn't come to my birthday party, rude, but they all found time to go fight the warrior. Like, this would be like some